EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo here to call the action for EA Sports at the U.S. Open Championship. We are at Chambers Bay in University Place, Washington. And Frank, this does not look like any U.S. Open golf course that I have seen.
No, it's quickly getting the respect of many of the golf pundits and writers out there. It's just a wonderful blend of links and parkland-style golf. It beautifully to the eye, but also it challenges every aspect of your game. And really, you couldn't want for anything more than that when you were going to play a major championship.
Designed by Robert Trent Jones II with breathtaking views of the Puget Sound as well as the Olympic Mountains. Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
One settles about 14 feet away. Not bad. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh, I thought he had that. So frustrating sometimes on the greens, isn't it? Drop shot here at the 6th. So a tester from 4 feet. So that's a bogey, and now to 1 over par for the tournament. Well, Frank, this is what a U.S. Open is all about. A long, tough par 4 up the hill.
Yeah, just a beast. And it's a dogleg ride on top of that. There's more humps and bumps and all this than a dermatologist would ever dream of down there.
Excellent looking shot here. Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, the approach here at the 7th, and there's a lot to consider here.
There is. The green at the front is much wider than what it is at the back. It's almost like a tooth or a molar shape. So, you know, that front portion, when the flag's there, definitely a birdie hole. Just got to be a little cautious when they put the flag on the back.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. These putts keep the round together. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Okay, has it and stays at 1 over par. Now to the second par 5 of the round here at Chambers Bay and the U.S. Open. It's a long one.
Yeah, it's a beast. You miss this fairway, you could be hitting all day long, and of course that's going to rack up a fairly healthy score. Meanwhile, hit the fairway there. Only the longest hitters will reach this par 5 and 2. But still a good chance, even with a wedge, to make a birdie because the green slopes back to the player.
Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Frank, on an uphill shot like this one, did you do anything differently in terms of your setup over the ball?
Yeah, I made sure the ball wasn't too far forward because on an uphill shot there's always a struggle to get all your weight going forward.
Frank, not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket.
That's the cruelest thing about this game, Rich. I mean, it's just now it's another shot.
Clean this up with a tap.
I don't think a tourniquet is going to work after that one.
Tough to watch. Rich Lerner and Frank Nobilo back with you here at Chambers Bay in the U.S. Open. Now to the 9th hole, closing out this front side.
Well, it just goes to show the tremendous variety that the designer Robert Trent Jones II has done here. We've seen already a tremendous variation, and then this sort of just goes on top of it. Elevated tee, goes down to a green that just slopes a little bit to the right, well bunkered on the right. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Down, little Sheba, down! So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Almost. Wow. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Just a sloppy hole, no other way to say it, and it results in a double bogey. Heading out to the action now, we pick up with our featured golfer at hole number 10. Time to turn it around, isn't it, Frank?
Yeah, time's now, that's for sure. Some poor play, scorecard reflects that. Some good play, and the scorecard will also reflect that.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Missed the fairway in the fairway bunker now.
It's not all gloom and doom, though. Lip isn't too high. A good swing here still shouldn't be a problem. Should be safely on deck.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
And he's made the green. Not an easy one, 20 feet away. Very well done, almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
This would be a good time to reverse the slide. 5 over par on the day. Well, here we are at the 11th. Frank, this is a brutally long par 4.
And a little bit blind, too. There's that big dune in the middle of the fairway, and it's sort of a bit daunting. You're not quite sure what's behind that. Well, what is behind that is actually fairway. And just carry it over there. That'll certainly shorten the hole up. And then from there, it's a little bit of a dogleg to the right.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. The 11th hole. Frank, what's ahead here?
This is another green that's sort of sloped. There's a lot of little slopes in this green here, plus the green angles from right to left. So it just depends on whether that second shot that lands. You've got to be well aware of what you're landing on. If you're landing on a downslope, it's going to kick forward. Obviously, an upslope, it's going to stop that much quicker.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Oh, my goodness, Frank, that is painful.
Oh, yeah, you'd rather miss the hole at times, wouldn't you?
And he makes it for a bogey here. And that'll wrap up the first round. We saw some good golf today, Frank, but some others, they got off to a slow start.
Yeah, and I don't really know how to explain why. Maybe lack of practice rounds, maybe not enough time on the golf course. They certainly will have to regroup tomorrow and put up a show just to make the cut.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live second round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. Now the approach shot here at the 7th, Frank, and this one is up the hill.
It is, and the green is sort of split into thirds. There's a little piece back left, there's a piece back right, and that bigger portion in the front. So once again, you got to choose what shot am I trying to hit, and do I have the right club?
And to generate some momentum here at the 7th hole, it is for birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. That's good work right there. Just a tap in. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, we know we're at a U.S. Open, 500-yard par 4s, and here a better than 600-yard par 5 at the 8th.
Yeah, you need a missile really off the tee to be able to reach this par 5 and 2, and not a single bunker really on this hole. So this is just long every stretch of the way. The fairway actually looks a little bit narrower than what it is. There's a little bit more fairway than actually what meets the eye at first.
That was just a beautiful drive and hit it solid and right in the middle. And now the second shot here at this par 5.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. About 120 yards to the hole. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole from that spot.
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
Never quite had enough oomph on that.
Yeah, sort of a wishy-washy stroke.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Frank, the 9th hole is called Olympus. Feels as though Russell Crowe should be standing on the tee, starring in some sort of a movie about the Greek gods.
I knew you'd go like Titans and that down here. But this golf course is for the mere mortals, Rich. This isn't for the Greek gods and the Titans of the world. They might think they are, but this is for you and me. This is for everybody. 36 handicappers. We can all play here.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. That was not an easy bunker shot. He made it look so easy.
Really good composure. That bunker was not going to mess up his plans here. Well, you can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss. And a drop shot here at the 9th. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.